It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the Morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. The rat tail haircut, Amy Mann back in the day. Oh, bringing me right back to the days as a broadcasting student in college.
And inspiring some serious karaoke in here early, just seconds ago.
Well, it helps to get the range up. I gotta open up the pipes in the morning. Thank you, Amy Mann, who continues to make great records under her own name. It is Tuesday. It's St. Patrick's Day. Oh boy. Baby. Happy to be with you. We're in a great mood because of how awful things are. We just ignore it and assume things will get better. All right, let's get into it. I'm feeling Minnesota, Paul Fletcher. Give me some headlines.
All right, Shakopee's new outdoor concert venue is coming together. Actually was down by it this past weekend, and it is huge.
That's what they tell me.
It's now looking to hire more than 800 workers ahead of its inaugural season. The 19,000-seat Mystic Lake Amphitheater has booked a bunch of shows for its opening summer. Now it needs everything from security to parking attendants, ticket takers, cleaners, wait staff, and food and drink servers. And they're saying salary for non-tip positions ranging from $18 to $25 an hour.
That's a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fans they're hoping to see. That place, 19,000, I believe?
And I'm telling you, it's huge.
Yeah, got to be.
Be a very cool job for after you graduate that summer, after your senior year before. That would be a hell of a job.
Yeah, it'd be a great job.
Or if you're, like in a semi-retirement kind of a situation and you want to get around some music or whatever, it'd be kind of cool too. A 66 million-year-old Triceratops fossil is hitting the auction block today. Bids are projected to reach as high as $5.5 million through the March 31st deadline, roughly the size of a minivan and nicknamed Trey. The fossil is one of the most complete Triceratops skeletons ever unearthed.
I'd say it's worth about half a Jerry Garcia guitar, sure.
Yeah, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was my favorite dinosaur when I was a little man. So if I had $5.5 million laying around, I definitely would bid on this.
The Triceratops, that was your guy?
I don't know why. I just loved it.
Land before time. Sarah. The
There you go.
Triceratops. Yes.
You like those? You got those giant horns on the head. You got the horn on the nose, and then you got the clamshell thing going behind the the fan. For aerodynamic supremacy. Got it.
I always gravitated towards the the underdog, so to speak. It's not the T-Rex. It was kind of but short, stocky, and mean.
Yeah, T-Rex guy. Just
yeah,
kind of standard.
I mean,
it's everybody's first love.
Absolutely.
In the dinosaur world.
Yes.
The phone number immortalized by Tommy Two-Tone's hit 867-5309 Jenny is now a cancer support line. They said it's time for the most famous digits ever to do some good. Tommy Heath of Tommy Two-Tone says cancer is affecting all of us and thus is proud to be a part of the effort. So it's a pretty cool campaign, I think.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the most famous digits of all time.
Really? Who are you giving that to? AC/DC?
AC/DC's pretty good, but I'm sorry to do this to us so early, but that 877 Cars for Kids, I think that's going to win every time. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
Yes.
It is St. Patty's Day. Maybe he's already drunk. Wallet Hub has a list of the best cities, speaking of, for St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Let's hit the top 5. Number 1 is pretty obvious.
Is it Boston?
Number 1 is Boston, naturally.
Okay, there we go.
After that, I think it's kind of surprising. Take a guess at one of the 2 through 5.
Only because
Savannah, Georgia.
Yes, I've been there, and I was going to say only because I've been Savannah, Georgia. Hell of a party.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
They had big St. Patty's Day. I didn't know that.
Humongous.
And
wow.
It's nice
See, that surprised me.
Absolutely humongous. And I lived in Georgia for years, so maybe that's why I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
But it's
you
can't get near that town all day long. It's because there's only like 2 roads in, and they're already full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Went on spring break one year, drove from Hilton Head on the recommendation of somebody. Oh, it was
big mistake.
Nuts.
Crazy.
I wasn't driving, so I was pretty
you were
happy.
having fun.
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't want to travel to Boston, Reno came in at number 2. Savannah was number 3.
Chicago on the list?
Overland Park, Kansas, and Henderson, Nevada round out the top 5.
No Chicago.
Coming in ahead of Chicago. Let me just verify.
Overland Park's that's Kansas City. I mean,
that's Kansas City.
Yeah.
But coming in ahead of Chicago, if you don't want to travel so far, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Right on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ryder's favorite suburb, as she likes
Fair
to call
enough.
St. Paul's strongest rank was its cost ranking.
Okay.
Its St. Patrick's Day traditions rank came in at number 23 out of, I think it's like 200 or something like that. By the way, of the 200, they considered Paterson, New Jersey dead last. So don't go anywhere near New Jersey if you want St. Patrick's Day.
That's an evergreen sentiment.
Yeah.
Stay away from Paterson, New Jersey.
Sure.
There you go.
The Minnesota Wild are in Chicago tonight. Fine place to be on St. Patty's Day.
Sure.
They play the Blackhawks tonight, and then they turn right around, come home, and play them here on Thursday. All-time record, 59-29 and a couple of ties. So, I mean, this is a team we own.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get it turned around, boys.
You've got a commissioner who is obsessed with regional rivalries. That's why the playoff system is a disaster.
Yeah.
We should be doing more of this home-at-home things with with teams that are closer. I love this idea.
The Timberwolves have a game tonight against Phoenix. It's a big game in terms of final standings. This is a team we need to beat. We will be playing at home tonight without Anthony Edwards. Sore right knee. Questionable the last couple games, but he played through it. This is the 11th game he's missed this season. That's the most ever in his 6 seasons.
Okay.
Who boy, they have 3 home games in 4 nights. So you know we're still I don't know. It's just we're losing steam fast. I can't even get excited.
It's ugly, is what it is.
It's really not good. If we end up in 7th place, we have to enter the NBA's play-in tournament at the end of the regular season to earn a playoff spot, and that is the direction we are headed. Joe Ryan, ace of the Minnesota Twins, will not be starting for the United States in the World Baseball Classic.
Really?
He was, in the semifinal Sunday night. We're going to play the Dominican Republic. He was slated to be the starter. And they decided, we're going to go in a different direction. Some of that inflammation we're not concerned about. He says he feels great, and he was kind of shocked by that. All I know is this. Got to put Joe Ryan in there, guys.
I know.
You screwed up.
Duh.
I mean, I'm not cheering for the Dominican Republic, but I'm just saying. Don't look at me when we blow it. I'm a big Joe Ryan fan.
Yeah, well, and it's objective as well as favoritism.
Hey, on this day in 1955, the then commissioner of the National Hockey League, Clarence Campbell, suspended Canadiens superstar Maurice the Rocket Richard. There had been a violent fight in a game. He was not happy with a hit, so he took a stick to another opponent. And then when the ref tried to break it up, he punched the ref in the head. Clarence Campbell, NHL president, suspended him for the rest of the season. What did the Quebecois Canadian fans do? Well, they rioted. Big time. A large tear gas bomb was set off in the Montreal Forum during that night's game. The Richard riot, as it was known, 16 people were arrested. 33 people, including 8 policemen, were hospitalized with injuries. Property damage, again, 1955 numbers, over $100,000.
Wow.
And the Quebecois wonder why we always look at them sideways and go, "You're not really French. You're not really sure who you are." A little wound up.
Back then, you two-handed guy, you were vaunted a hero.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we look at it a little differently.
Plum City.
Good plums there.
I would hope so.
Probably some St. Patty's Day celebrations.
Los Angeles Metro, the people that bring you the Los Angeles buses, and they even have a subway train thing, but no one rides it. A recent Instagram post, they were discussing the unusual things they find or that they that turn up in their lost and found. Many, 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 many items every month left behind on city buses in Los Angeles.
This is the prosthetic leg that fortunately was left behind on the B-line. Maybe they get up too fast or they're afraid to miss their stop and they just get up without checking their seat. For example, we once had an engagement ring come in to our Lost and Found Center. Around Valentine's Day, the customer didn't come and reclaim it.
Oh, man.
Did he sound Irish, too, by the way?
I'm not sure what he sounded like. He sounded like he can't believe somebody walked off a bus with one leg.
What he got sat up. I love that he talks about the prosthetic leg and says somebody must have sat up too fast. Like, and just hopped away and forgot their leg? What are you talking about? Oh, my God.
For whatever reason you're traveling with a prosthetic leg, and I'll go ahead and assume the person didn't need it. It's a spare.
Yes.
Right.
Or it's for someone else. Can you imagine? Oh, man, thanks for getting over here. Yeah, no problem. But, dude, I left your leg on the bus. My bad. Yeah, whatever you're doing, you're supposed to show up with the leg.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we can only imagine, or I should say, I can't imagine a situation where it's cool when the person when you get to where you're going, you're like,
right.
Dude, I left the leg on the bus, and the person goes, that's all right. No biggie.
I mean, it could have been that person's leg. It could have been their second. Maybe it's their dinner leg. You know, the leg that they have dressed up
Possibly.
for a fancy, fancy leg for dinner later, or whatever. I don't know.
It's a tough one.
Spare leg. I don't know.
I jumped off of a Subway one time. I had all my Christmas presents for my coworkers. Christmas '89. Record store last day before Christmas, and I got up early and I went and I bought presents for 3 or 4 of my coworkers. Had them wrapped at the mall. Had them in the bags. Got on the train and got off at my stop and just walked right away from those bags. And then luckily, right before, as the doors were closing, I'm on the platform. I went, wait a minute, where's my And I jumped back on the train. Okay. So I didn't lose the bags, but I did go way too far down the line. It happened to be, the next station was like the farthest between 2 stations in the Atlanta MARTA system. So I was like 35 minutes late to work, and everyone's like, awesome. Oh, yeah, you left your bags on the train. Sure. Slacker. I'm like, no, seriously, I could have been here on time, but then you wouldn't have this cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
So saved by the bell. You ever leave anything behind?
Yeah, you know what? Oh, man, this one still gets me. DIA, Denver International Airport.
Yeah.
The trains that they have.
The tram between terminals.
Yep. On the ends, they have seats.
Yep.
And I was exhausted, and I was listening to my iPod, and when we were getting close to stations, I would turn it off, and so I didn't have sound going, and I must have stood up, and it must have unplugged from my headphones and left the iPod back in the seat as what, you know how I am with years. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was the time when iPods were gold, so it was devastating.
Got it.
I left my house keys in this very studio last night, so I'd like to publicly thank Jade or Chris Nelson or the cleaning guy, whoever found them for me. You are a winner this morning.
Man. But you didn't have to come back and get them. You were able to.
I got a spare with a neighbor who thankfully was working from home yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough. We lost before your smartphone had a video camera in it, there was a little handheld video taking device. It was like the size of a phone. What was it called? They were big for about 5 minutes, and then Apple was like, we're just going to put these in your phones.
Oh, man.
Right. 2006, 2007, it was like the little...
I can't help you with those
just
Apple
a little portable,
little portable
digital
camera.
Yeah.
The name will hit me, and I'll be like, that's what it was.
Canon Sure Shot?
No. It was just like a thing. I wanted to say it was called a Vine, which is not what it was. That was
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, we had one of those. The kids loved it. We were all using it. We went to see a movie, and somebody left it behind in the theater, and we actually went back into the theater trying to find it and never could.
Because you were bootlegging the movie?
No. It was just we just had it on us, and we were it's one of those things.
It's driving me nuts now.
Oh, see that's what I lost is the name of that item. How these things happen.
I see a picture of it, but I can't find the name. It was just called a flip.
That's it. The flip.
Yeah, the flip screen. Yep.
The flip. Remember the good old days? The flips.
That was a salad day back then.
Gen Z. Look, I'm not going to sit on my porch and say you kids don't know anything because they know way more than I did at their age about certain things, and yet again they know way less than I did about certain things. 1 in 5 Gen Z job applicants has had their parents contact their potential employer directly. So imagine this. You're going about your business at work. You get a job application from a recent college graduate or a recent high school graduate, someone from Gen Z, and as you're mulling over their resume, the phone rings, and it's their mom or dad saying, I'd like to talk to you about my child's application. 20%. This is according to a ZETI survey. 20% of Gen Z job applicants brought parents to the job interview. Not 2%, 20%.
What is happening?
This is a survey of, this is over 1,000 cases of workers under the age of 27. And nearly half admitted to relying on their parents to write their resume and negotiate salary. Okay.
Well, is this called, are they actually smart? Have their parents as like an agent or...
Well...
Are they helpless?
There are lines. My kids have both prepared resumes, and they run them by me and Rose. I always go, you guys know I've never had a real job, right? What are you asking me for? I'm okay with the English language. I can write. I understand, how to write a good sentence, but I'm always like, I don't know what a boss is looking for. I'm a radio guy. I'm a drummer. I don't know. But but they'll ask us hey, is this cool? We'll do the look over, which I think is completely normal. That's what you would do.
Sure.
If you have a job, you ask your boss, hey, does this look right to you? I mean, I think it's a sign of intelligence that you go to someone with more experience and make sure that you're not out of bounds on things. Yeah. I mean, that's what you hope to do.
Rosemary, especially, PR goddess there.
Well,
really good to run 100%
by her. 100%. But if either of my kids ever said, hey, I applied for this job, you want to call? We'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
This phone number is no longer serviceable. That's completely nuts to me.
Madness.
Yeah. I mean, this is going back to, we knew people, our kids had friends who, and in middle school and high school, their parents are just flat out writing papers for them and stuff. I mean, like, all but doing all the work, like doing the lion's share, 75%, I'd say. Like, just give me the cliff note. I'll write something for you. And they're like, whatever. It was late. He was tired. And we're just like, oh, man.
It was late. He was tired?
Yeah.
What about prior to that?
It's just once that horse is out of the barn, though.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're writing papers for your kids in school, you're going to be writing resumes and going on job interviews with them. But I mean, I can't imagine having that situation pop up where you're like, yeah, come on in for an interview, and then someone walks in and, yeah, my mom's here. Is that cool?
Sure, but let's say you're a kid. I mean, you're this parent. You're desperate to get your kid a job. They need the money. It's going to alleviate a bunch of work for you.
Well, but there's you know what, you gotta push the birds out of the nest, man. You gotta say like, hey, this is on you.
You're enabling helplessness, is what you're doing.
Pretty much.
I mean, at some point, you have to sink or swim, pal. Like, that's just all there is to it.
Well, let's put ourselves in the Gen Z kid's shoes. You're going in for a job interview. It's a job you really want. You need it and you want it. Mm-hmm. What do you think your mom would say if given the chance? A lot of Gen Z job applicants bring their parents to job interviews. Wow.
I don't know why it struck me as so funny this time. But
if you dragged good old mom into a job interview back in the day, what do you think she would have said on your behalf? I can tell you right now, my mom, first thing she would have said was, no, honey, no. But if I said, no, you got to be there, I really want it, she would say, well, Steven's he's a smart kid, and sometimes he needs a kick in the seat. But if you push him, but he responds to positive reinforcement, he's probably not going to work too hard if you come down too hard on him. But boy, if you give him a chance to shine, I mean, she would just spin all that.
Were you Gen Z way back then?
I guess so. No, she just didn't know what the hell I was.
That's called being the youngest of 8.
I think that's exactly what that's called. Mm-hmm. Ryder, what would you have heard from mom at the job interview?
Oh, mom would have been all about getting me a good 401k.
Okay, really?
Yes, very much. You got to make sure she's contributing. What kind of benefits are you guys offering? Oh, she's a social worker. Of course, that's what she's going for.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Paul?
I think mom would have said something along the lines of, as long as he finds something that he enjoys, he'll work really hard.
Sure, yeah.
Because that was me. I mean, that was my track record, my MO in school. If I was disinterested in the subject, my grades weren't great. If I was interested, they were great.
On the KQRS Facebook page.
We got a couple of parents that I feel like are kind of tattletales. Chris says that his mom would say, put his ass to work. Luann chiming in with, her mom would say, she smokes the devil's lettuce. That's not a reason to not give somebody a job.
Wow.
Man. Bad idea. I mean, I thought it was wrong to bring my mom to work for how it looked. No, it's what she said. What's on the text line, Paul?
Big Lake Nate said he always, Big Lake Nate comes in strong all the time. He said, my mom would tell me to F myself if I asked her to come to a job interview.
Yeah, again, some very aggressive Gen X parents out there, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. The latchkey generation ain't got no time for this nonsense.
Gonzo said, knowing my mom, God rest her soul, she'd probably say she's a good kid. Yeah. And my guess is that would have been followed with a little tap on the head.
Very, very nice. All right, we got to get back into headlines. Give us about 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, one and all, to all who celebrate. As the old saying goes, everybody's Irish today, so let's have a good'n, as Grandma Gorman would say.
A good'n.
Oh, he's a good'n.
Uh-huh.
That Stevie's a good'n. Give me some headlines, Paul Fletcher. I'm feeling Minnesota.
They say all the world's a stage, and come 2031, the location for it will be Dakota County. Planning continues for Expo 2031, the first international horticulture exposition ever held in the United States. All in, the nearly $1 billion 6-month extravaganza is expected to bring millions of people from around the world to Minnesota, along with creating legacy projects that continue to serve the public years after Expo 2031 wraps up. If you're wondering, what the hell is this exactly? Think Disney's Epcot for the 21st century minus the rides.
Okay.
Horticulture Expo?
Flowers, plants, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So, is this because we legalized recreational?
Don't know.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think those things tie together, but maybe.
the old saying comes to mind.
In horticulture? Yes, they tie together.
The old saying comes to mind. You can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her
think.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
What?
My one experience with Epcot Center was senior year of high school, the senior trip.
Oh.
With my brother's ID so I could drink around the world at Epcot Center. I don't remember anything about it other than being like, they make beer in Asia? I didn't know that. They make beer in Japan? No way. Oh my God, I'm not eating that sushi, but I'll try another one of them Sapporos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times, I think.
A man was rushed to the hospital after waking up with blue skin. Tommy Lynch woke up feeling tired, and, a friend saw him completely blue and took him to the ER. Doctors gave him oxygen, checked him out thoroughly. Then they used an alcohol wipe on his skin. It immediately turned blue. Turns out for the last couple of nights before waking up in blue hue, Lynch had been sleeping on brand new blue bed sheets, and the color came off on him. Lynch says he was mortified by the whole situation and said he exited the hospital more red than blue. He admitted he didn't know that new sheets needed to be washed.
Gotta run him through the wash, as they say.
I can't believe it.
If he didn't walk into that ER and say, I just blew myself, somebody get him a copy of Arrested Development.
Man, no kidding. It's exactly what I was picturing. Please tell me he was wearing denim shorts and nothing else.
That I don't have in the report.
Because if it turns out he's a never nude, man, that guy's got a new fan.
Never nude. Oh man, there's always plenty in the
hey, here's a quick tangent. An old buddy from Atlanta, late '80s, a girl on the scene. She was just totally cool with my room. I spent a summer in an apartment, and she was one of the roommates. Great girl.
Yeah.
Lost sight of her, lost track of her, because that's what happens when in the 80s. And no cell phones, no emails. Like, hey, whatever happened to her? Ran into her many years later, and she married one of the original Blue Man Group guys.
Oh, no way.
And so she lives on a mountain made of gold.
I am sure.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, good job, you.
Are those guys never nudes?
They're never anything they don't want to be.
James Hetfield proposed to his girlfriend, Adriana Gillette, and he did it while shark diving, while underwater, with a sign that read, Adriana Gillette, will you marry me? Of course, she shared the proposal on her Instagram because if you don't share it, did it really happen? She described it as the best birthday trip surprise and unique, special, and romantic.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hell of a move, actually.
I saw a headline that said James Hetfield proposes, and I thought the rest of the story was James Hetfield proposes, then we rock.
Yes.
I didn't realize he was.
It was an actual.
Good for him.
Yeah. You're a lead singer in Metallica, and you're going to ask your girlfriend, who I'm assuming is a longtime girlfriend, to marry you. You've got to do something pretty insane.
Yeah.
I guess so. And I'm curious if he was in any way, shape, or form wondering if she'd say yes.
Ooh.
I doubt it.
Yeah. How do you say no to James Hetfield?
Pretty much.
And how do you say no when you're underwater shark diving? You have to say yes there.
He could just take that pipe out, that hose in the back. No.
Pull out his eye.
Well, maybe a little case of the Benz might get you to rethink this.
Okay. Yes. And he plugs the hose back in.
Yeah.
In 1962, Chicago used 60 pounds of green dye to become the first city to successfully dye its river bright green on St. Patrick's Day. And when you think of St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, Chicago, that's what you think of. Sure. Is it not?
Yeah.
Of course.
So all the way back in 1962. In fact, many of our modern-day St. Patrick's Day traditions were started here in America by Irish immigrants. For example, first parade took place in St. Augustine, Florida in 1601.
What, in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, huh? When I saw that, yeah. It kind of shocked me.
St. Augustine. St. Augustine
Yes.
pops up oddly enough sometimes. Like it's the original city. It's the biggest or the first city that was
sure.
established, and
By the Irish?
by anybody.
Oh, okay.
I
I
think
didn't know that.
there's
Okay.
something about it you always see. But I didn't realize Irish people were there that long ago.
I mean,
man,
checks out with Florida, man.
yeah, I guess
All
it
the
does.
St. Patty's Day shenanigans.
By the way, it's 1,565 years to the day since St. Patrick died, the actual dude.
Yes.
Hence the celebration on this day in the year 461. And by the way, the patron saint of Ireland wasn't even Irish.
No.
He was a kidnapped slave from Britain. Makes
Yeah.
sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you have it.
By the way, St. Augustine, Florida, founded September 8th, 1565. The oldest continuously inhabited European established a settlement in the continental
I knew there
United
was
States.
something going on with
Yeah.
it.
Nice
Take
pull.
that, Roanoke.
Nice pull,
Yeah.
bruh.
Roanoke getting
Wow.
side swiping Roanoke.
Roanoke gets plenty. It doesn't need more
Come on,
strays
man.
from you.
I had a great burger there once. I always had a soft spot for Roanoke.
Nice.
Hey, let's talk sports briefly. Speaking of Chicago and their Green River, their hockey team, the Blackhawks, hosts the Minnesota Wild tonight. The teams then turn around, get on that train back to St. Paul, and play here on Thursday. Maybe they're not going to take the train, actually. This isn't
I'm
the
sure they'll
1940s.
Can we
Fly
throw the
private.
loser in the river, in the Green River?
That'd be great. So that's a chance for the Wild to get off the schneid, if you will. The Timberwolves are apparently just going to be on the schneid for a while. They're playing the Phoenix Suns, a team that they've already lost the season series to, a team that's probably going to finish ahead of them in the playoffs. They're playing them at home tonight without Anthony Edwards' right knee soreness. It just goes on and on and
They're
on.
just officially on the schneid.
On this day in 1999, the Toronto Blue Jays fired their manager, Tim Johnson. He had done a pretty good job the year before. They finished well above 500, got them almost into the playoffs, and the team was looking forward to a successful second campaign. And he was known as a motivating guy in the locker room. He would tell them stories about his life. And over the course of the season, when they would be in a bit of a slump or whatever, he told them a lot of stories about when he was serving in Vietnam. Like motivational, hey, I learned this, and you got to do this, you got to blah, 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 blah. And at some point, somebody looked into his past and went, hey, it says here you were just in the Marine Reserves. And he was like, yeah, that's right. I never went to Vietnam. Sorry, I was just...
What a donkey.
And somebody was like, when asked by a journalist, well, what about your credibility? And this was the quote. Credibility to me is going out there and watching the game and watching the players play for you. That's going to show if you have credibility or not. He was fired after giving that interview, and the team was like, yeah, get this guy out of here. Kind of a crazy one.
Sounds like he was a coach in the Marines as well.
Sounds like
sat back and watched.
That sounds like Tim Johnson really just should have focused on baseball.
Yeah.
Dicey.
Crazy moments in life. Mendota.
Morning, Mendota.
Just Mendota, straight up, proper Mendota. Glad to have you with us this morning.
The western of the Mendotas.
The Oscars Sunday night, One Battle After Another and Sinners were the two movies that won the most awards. They were the two most nominated movies.
Yeah.
And for my money, I think they're both phenomenal movies. I think that they will both be watched for decades and decades. I would put either one of them on today and watch the whole thing again. I thought they were both extraordinary.
Were they perfect?
But are they perfect? Are they 10 out of 10 movies? So let's think about that. If I say, what's a perfect movie? It's like, it's the right length. There's not an extra scene. There's not a scene missing.
Yeah.
There's not one scene where you go, hang on, time to go I got to pee. What is just so finely perfect, like start to finish, boom, you're in, you never get up, you watch it, it just does the job. There's a bunch that come to mind. A lot of people have very strong opinions about these things, and of course, our opinions are right. But, I'm curious, on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and text line 651-989-ROCK, what comes to mind? One of the first movies that's on every list you see is the first, what they call the first ever blockbuster. That's Jaws.
Oh.
Now, this movie's 51 years old now, 1975, but it very much still holds up. You can put on Jaws right now and you're just like, oh boy, this is really good. And I would say that belongs on the list. There isn't a scene where when it's on, you're like, why is this here? This is too much. I don't need this. It's just boom. And Steven Spielberg, I think he was like 28 when he made it. So he's a total weirdo.
Yeah.
Unbelievable piece of work for a guy not even 30 years old.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryder, first movie that comes to mind for you.
It's probably my rock and roll bias showing, but the answer is this is Spinal Tap.
You know what? Pretty strong answer right there. Yeah, there's not a thing. If you put on Spinal Tap right now, there's not one scene I think where you'll go, why is this here or this didn't need to be here?
Because even the ones that are kind of awkward and slow, it feels they're there to make you laugh because it's a mockumentary.
It's under 90 minutes long. I mean, it's like an hour 20. So, that's a great length. It's hard.
Yeah.
When you got movies under 90 minutes, it's real hard to say there's extra meat on the bone.
Nice job, Reiner.
And like I said, Fargo to me, we all went to see that in January. Fargo is right around there. It's under 90 minutes long. It tells a story. It feels when you're watching it like an epic. It feels like you're watching the 10 Commandments or something as far as the sprawling nature, the various subtexts and all the themes, and then just the humor and the horror and the every bit of it. And those Coen brothers got that thing so condensed. And it's an amazing accomplishment for Frances McDormand won the Oscar for Best Leading Actress in a Role. She doesn't show up until 32 minutes in, and then it's only got an hour left. Right. Not even.
Yeah.
30 minutes in before the star shows up, and then it's not even got an hour left. Pretty incredible. Fletcher, what comes to mind?
For me, it kind of became a how-to on how to do the action movie. I'm going to go with Die Hard.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's certainly been ripped off as much as any movie in the last 50 years.
I mean, it was kind of the first of its kind in a certain way. And, it's been very influential as well. And
Speed was really the movie Speed, Die Hard on a Bus. The movie, that's just how it was pitched.
Basically,
it's real simple. It's an old classic story, but that template, I mean, you could, I bet if you watch Die Hard right now, you could pick a couple things and you could, if you really wanted to nitpick, go, is it necessary? But no, it flows. We watched it a couple years ago. Neither of my kids had ever seen it. And we put it on over the holidays 2 years ago. And they both, they didn't look away from the TV. They were dialed in. And a lot of movies, especially from the 80s, to the young Gen Z brain, they really move slowly, but that one didn't. They were right there with it.
No, and it is, I just looked because I was curious. We were talking about time. It is 2 hours and 12 minutes, so it's not a short one.
No, not at all.
So you probably can nitpick, this could be taken out of this, but you're not going to nitpick any of the action. It's going to be the slower stuff, and I would argue the slower stuff is necessary for story and a palate cleanser from all the action.
Is it you just want to see things blow up when you're watching Die Hard? I could definitely get 15 to 20 off of that movie, and neither of you would notice. Yeah.
But in the theater when it was released, nobody was thinking that. I can assure you, for whatever that's worth.
No,
I was born in 1965. Therefore, the movie Stripes and Caddyshack are both like canon to me.
Yeah.
15 and 16 years old when those movies came out, but I would never say they're 10 out of 10s. There are plenty of moments in both those films where you're like, oh, they were just making this up as they went. However, the original OG new world of comedy, Animal House, perfect. Flawless 10 for 10. Not a wasted moment. Funnier the more you watch it. If you put on Animal House today, I think you're still going to laugh maybe even more than you did back then or in the time since. I still find Animal House to be a absolutely flawless movie. Hysterically funny. By design, the way it was intended to be. Not like ironically funny. It's just absolutely fantastic. What? No one? Nothing?
What are we going to say to that?
I've only watched it one time, so I might need to watch it like 6 or 7 more times before I really feel endeared to it like that. The one that came out a comedy that came to mind for me would, of course, be Super Troopers, endlessly quotable.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great. The first 10 minutes of Super Troopers is like the first 10 minutes of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I can't laugh any harder than when I was watching those for the first time.
I love our buddy Eric Stolhansky. I would say there is meat on the Super Troopers bone that could be taken out. However, don't whatever me. You just picked apart my Die Hard. Zip it. The first 10 minutes, though, of Super Troopers, I 1,058,000,000% agree with you, Ryder.
Yeah.
It's 10. That's 10 of the funniest movie minutes in the history of movies, period.
Plenty of text messages coming in. I'm going to throw one last one out for you.
All right.
Peter Falk, Alan Arkin, The In-Laws. A flawless movie.
Okay.
It's a staple. I've seen that movie as much as, if not more than any other movie, start to finish. I will watch The In-Laws today, now that I'm mentioning it.
Columbo? Peter Falk?
Yeah,
okay.
Peter Falk.
Right.
Columbo Peter Falk. Yes. As Vince Ricardo of the CIA. Sadly, they were protected against pilferage under the provisions of the Guacamole Act of 1917. If you don't know what The In-Laws is, trust me, you're missing out on an absolute monster. All right, hit us up with your texts on what the perfect films are. 10 for 10s on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talking text line, 651-989-ROCK.
Big Lake Nate says The Departed.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
But it was really long. I bet I could get 15 minutes out of it.
Scorsese, it has to be over 2.5 hours.
Here's why I can't say that, because it scratches the surface of the greatness of Goodfellas to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to compare the two. Right. He's already done that. Like I'm the guy who I couldn't even stand Casino because I was like, stop. It's just the same thing over. The Departed wasn't nearly that it's so similar, but I enjoyed The Departed just fine. But I didn't walk out thinking, oh, he's finally going to win that Oscar. It was like, no, man, Goodfellas was this apex, and Departed was just really entertaining.
It's the distinction that needs to be made is that we're not talking about great movies, we're talking about perfection.
Right.
So it's different. Rick from Monticello says Back to the Future, and I have to agree.
Saw it when it came out and not once since. So wow. I can't really. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed any movie in the mid 80s, but I guess any big popcorn movie like that. But I haven't been back to the well. I don't remember it that well.
Don't you think sucking face with his mom is a bit problematic?
No, that adds
right?
to it. That adds to it.
All
no,
right.
that makes it even better.
To it.
Yeah.
And
I forgot that even happened.
Nothing but love for Minnesota's own Leah Thompson.
What, Michael J. Fox is making out with his mom in that movie?
Well, kind of.
They get close.
Sort of, kind of, yeah, a little bit. But it's it's not. They don't know. Well, no, he does know. Whatever.
He knows.
It's weird. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's great.
He knows.
Okay.
But that adds to it. That's what makes it great. Barb is in Crystal is after my heart. She says Usual Suspects.
I'm a big fan of that movie.
Yeah, I can't turn that one off when it's on.
Nah, it's top shelf. Yeah. Benicio del Toro everybody's great in it, but he is especially.
Even super creep Kevin Spacey is great in it.
At the time, like, wait, what is that? What is up with that one dude? I can't understand a word he says.
Yeah.
Just his choice on set. They were like, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know. I just feel like this guy would be hard to understand.
Yeah.
Great movie. That's
it's
true.
Hard,
Good one.
Another one that's hard to poke a hole in. And you could even maybe say underrated because it doesn't get talked about in the greats of all time, I don't think. All right. Safety Corey, I think, has maybe hit the mother load.
Okay.
I mean, generally considered the greatest movie of all time, Shawshank Redemption.
Generally considered the greatest movie of all time?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think
By
that's
whom?
true.
I love it. I watched some of it just within the last 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I like Shawshank too.
It was on. I was looking for a game and I saw it on TBS or something.
Yeah.
And so then and then I started watching it and then a commercial started and then I'm immediately like, oh, now I gotta watch it and stream. Where is it streaming? Where can I watch it without these commercials?
Yeah.
I've seen that movie plenty. I love the movie. You could take a couple minutes out. I'll just say,
okay.
I'm just at some point, but loved it. Love it. I always love it. What can I say? Here's one. Several people have texted, and I know Purple Rain, and my answer is no. It's not a flawless movie. It's not even a good movie. It's a fun movie. There's great scenes, and it's worth watching for. It's always a good watch, but it's not like come on. Nobody walked out of Purple Rain going, "Oh my God, it's the magic of cinema." It was like no, Prince is awesome.
Yeah,
that's what you got out of that movie.
Yeah,
never
I think
seen
that's
it
fair.
and was told not to do it. So
I can't say you're missing a lot. I mean,
I've seen scenes, and I think that's all I need.
No, it's badass. The stuff's great, but it's not a new frontier in cinema, if you will.
Last but not least, on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line, Chris in Bloomington, The Godfather.
Yeah, in our both Godfathers, and all the if you want to complain about the fight scene when Sonny beats Carlo up and obviously clearly misses him with a punch, but you still hear the, there's the fight scene. They're like, it's fine, doesn't matter. You clearly didn't make contact. Other than that, that's the only hole you can poke in the whole movie. Fantastic. Love them both.
Wow.
We got a lot more of these we can get
moly.
into, but right now it's time to move forward. We got headlines in 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It is Tuesday, March 17th. It is St. Patrick's Day, is what I'm really trying to say. So happy St. Patrick's Day, one and all. I'm feeling Minnesota. Paul, give me some headlines.
Shakopee's new outdoor concert venue is coming together. It's now looking to hire more than 800 workers ahead of its inaugural season. The 19,000-seat Mystic Lake Amphitheater has booked a bunch of shows for this upcoming summer. So now it needs everything from security to parking attendants, ticket takers, cleaners, wait staff, and food and drink servers. And they're saying that wages for non-tip positions are like $18 to $25 an hour.
That's
good.
Not shabby.
No, that's good living if you can get it. Make that kind of money and rock out. Hell yeah, it's a good summer gig.
66 million year old Triceratops fossil hits the auction block today. Bids are projected to reach as high as $5.5 million through March 31st, which is the deadline of the auction. Roughly the size of a minivan and nicknamed Trey, the fossil is one of the most complete Triceratops skeletons ever unearthed.
The Triceratops is only the size of a minivan? Wow.
I think, is it just the skull?
I think it's
the
just
whole
the head.
skeleton?
I think it's just the head,
Oh,
but
well,
I
that
could
would
be
explain
wrong.
it. I was like, boy, my perspectives are way off. That makes sense.
Almost complete. Yeah,
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, by the way, do you guys know why the Triceratops went extinct?
Because they all went extinct.
They couldn't find any Triceratops.
Okay.
Wallet Hub has a list of the best cities for St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Let's hit the top 5. I think number 1's pretty obvious.
Boston.
Yes.
All
It is
right.
absolutely
There
Boston.
we go.
I think some of the other ones are surprising. Reno, Nevada is number 2.
There's no reason to ever be in Reno unless you just finished skiing somewhere.
Yeah.
God, Reno.
Maybe you want to pretend to be Johnny Cash.
Is Vegas just too busy with their regular partying? They
I
can't fit
guess.
in the St.
Probably.
Patty's Day?
I guess.
Savannah, Georgia is number 3.
Yeah, big time. Big St. Patty's Day
Hell
thing every
yeah.
year forever.
And it's warm.
yeah.
Always.
Overland Park, Kansas, which is essentially Kansas City, and Henderson, Nevada round out the top 5. But our very own St. Paul, Minnesota came in at number 8.
Well, there
It's
we
not
go.
bad.
Henderson, Nevada, which is just outside Vegas, not far at all. But I'm curious, like, what is going on there? Is that Vegas is like, nah, the Irish, you go to Henderson. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But St. Paul in at number 8. Of the 200 cities they considered, Patterson, New Jersey came in dead last.
Well, sure. That's just
Patterson, New Jersey.
it's just a placeholder. You got a list. You're going to give the top 200 cities for anything. Number 200 is always Patterson.
Yes.
Look
For
it up.
anything, right?
It's a fact. The Minnesota Wild are in Chicago celebrating not St. Patrick's Day, but a chance to get off the schneid. The Blackhawks tonight, and then both teams come back here for Thursday night at the Grand Casino Arena. Good time to play the Blackhawks right now. We need a couple of wins, and we generally do very well against that team. The Minnesota Timberwolves will play the Phoenix Suns tonight. Anthony Edwards will not play. He's got that sore right knee. This is not boding well as we enter the home stretch of the season. 3 home games in 4 nights, but we're sliding behind everybody in the West at a precipitous rate. We were 3rd in the conference a week ago, and now we're just struggling to stay out of 7th place. We would like to not be in that play-in game situation,
Right.
But losing 4 of your last 5 and then playing the Suns without Anthony Edwards. Oh, it's like Dean Wormer said, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life. I'm just saying. On this day, in 1955, a bunch of Montreal Canadiens fans literally rioted because their superstar, the Rocket, Maurice Richard, was suspended for the rest of the season after not only attacking another player with a stick, but punching a ref. That's the sort of thing that gets you put out of the league for the rest of the year. The Canadiens fans thought it was an anti-Quebecois bias that any other American or Canadian player would not have been subjected to such a harsh penalty. So they did what the good French Canadians do. They did about $100,000 worth of damage to the Montreal Forum. There was a tear gas bomb set off at one of the exits. Wow. They destroyed the joint. 33 people hospitalized with injuries. The Canadians fans are just fun.
They sort of care about hockey a little bit.
The first time I ever went to Quebec, it was to Montreal, I should say, on tour opening for Robert Plant at the Montreal Forum. And it was cool. To walk in there, it was like, holy crap, the house of hockey, the home of hockey, the whole thing. There was because they are a little bit French, there was an usher strike happening. So there were no ushers. There were no people working the concourses. And so you have the hockey rink. You got they put the floor down over the ice so you could set up seats. So they had the seats laid out, but they had no one to police the seats and where people sat. So the fans came in and immediately started stacking the chairs, and it was a free-for-all, and there was no one to stop it.
Wow.
It was crazy. And what the Quebecois fans were doing, where they were stacking the chairs on top of each other and seeing how high they could make a stack and what's the highest stack somebody could climb and sit in. And so when we were on stage, we're looking out over the hockey rink, and there's a 30-chair stack with a dude who climbed up sitting in it, and then you would just watch it all collapse. And everybody's just drunk and laughing, and I'm like, wow, I think these people are all going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just different up there.
Yeah, they couldn't get scab security?
I don't know what was going on. I was just happy to get off stage after 40 minutes and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Go drink some cherry beer.
Fair enough.
They had all those weird, they don't know what they're doing up there. They're not quite French. They're not quite Canadian. They're a perfect mix of the two.
Perfect is an interesting word.
Just bring Advil when you go. Those people are a headache. St. Francis. Good to have you with us this morning, St. Francis. St. Francis on a St. Patrick's Day. It's a lovely combination. Hey, let's check in with the bracket. Oh boy. I mean, you got your March Madness bracket, but we're going one beyond. We're bracketing up some great brackets. And yesterday we set the one side of the bracket. Our top seed was the men's basketball bracket. Our number 4 seed was the Indeed Tap Room Takeover bracket. So basically, the choice yesterday was basketball or beer. What's a better bracket for you? The three of us all went basketball. We just thought, it's the time of the year, and we are clearly not aligned with the listening audience.
I'm wondering if the results would have been different if we had put the women's bracket and the Lady Gophers into the mix, but
could have been.
Here we
could
are.
have been. Boy, the Taproom Takeover is advancing to the finals with just about a 70-30 split. Good gracious.
I stand behind my choice.
So men's basketball bracket, I guess like me, everyone else has stopped paying attention to the regular season as well and barely cares anymore about the brackets.
Very underestimated how much people want to text the word beer to 651.
I think that's what it is. That's probably what it is. So now today, the other half of the bracket today, we got the 2 seed and the 3 seed. Okay. Here are our brackets. The modern classic movies bracket. Modern movies versus classic movies, a bracket where you've got one battle after another going up against Vertigo. It's as an example. You've got moderns versus the classics, and the other side of the bracket is high school mascots.
Yes.
The greatest high school mascot names.
Yes, you're going with names. I think my favorite on the bracket is the Two Harbor Agates.
Yeah, pretty strong right there.
That's not bad.
So if you want to let us know which side of that bracket should advance, you text either movies or mascots to 651-989-ROCK. That's the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk text line. Movies or mascots, they will be facing off in the finals against beer. The winner of this game goes on to face beer.
Good luck.
Movies, mascots, beer. That's who's left here. John Mulaney is coming to the Armory. We got tickets Sunday, April the 12th and we would love to give you those tickets. You're going to have to win a little something we call WTF. Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. Fletcher's edition. If you correctly pick the 3 states in which these following 3 stories all occur, the correct answer for each is either Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida. You will win the tickets. But for right now, let's get to it, Paul. What have you got for us?
All right, story number 1. We all love a Guinness World Record around here. And so let's start with a feel-good story.
Setting up a rack.
I fell in love with the game.
With a pool cue in hand,
I think it's because I'm so old.
Maggie Kennedy is knocking some balls around.
That always surprises people.
At pool halls on the and around the country, Maggie is a legend.
Yeah, that's what they say.
At 98 years old, Maggie is the world's oldest competitive pool player, according to Guinness World Records, a title she's held since 2021, when she was 94 years old, competing in Las Vegas.
I had to pose with all these guys and have my picture taken. They were so impressed with my playing.
Next Tuesday, she is making history again, flying to Vegas to compete in the BCA National Pool League tournament with her team, Sunday Fun Day.
We'll be playing every day from Wednesday through Sunday. Then, of course, the slot machines will be right handy, and that's fun.
But she's not traveling to Vegas without some style. The pool community donating over $2,000 for her trip and a seat in first class.
And I'm still flabbergasted. I was just so touched by what they did.
2 of her sons out of her 8 children by her side, watching her get ready to compete.
She is an inspiration.
I remember meeting a guy, and he said, "Yeah, I met your mom before. She whooped me the first time I ever met her."
How did she do it at her age? Maybe genetics.
I come from good, hardy New England stock.
I'm Tyler Hatfield, WPTV News.
Ooh,
There you go. 98 years old going out to Vegas.
Fair enough. All right. Okay.
All right.
Good, hearty New England stock.
I know. I love that line. It's great.
Fair enough.
All right, number 2, we've got a hot coffee felony. It comes complete with wacky TV puns, and I think there's a big blunder in the story. Bonus point if you can spot that.
Caught on camera, a meltdown at a McDonald's drive-thru. A manager left with burns after she was splashed with hot coffee.
And that customer now facing a felony charge. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter live at with how police say it got so heated. Bridget.
This man had a total meltdown in a McDonald's drive-thru, and we're told by the store this stemmed from just a couple of cents on a breakfast order. This McDonald's drive-thru surveillance video shows a customer in a fury with a store manager. As the employee hands him a hot coffee, he slaps it away and speeds off. Shift manager Naib Garcia says that guy is a regular.
He orders a sausage McMuffin with a round egg separately, and he orders a senior coffee. I believe that's what I was told.
But on August 25th, he was not loving it. You said this was over a penny?
Yeah, that's what the rest of the crew told me. It was over a penny.
Police arrested 64-year-old Elizar Ravello. So why was he so angry? The police report says it wasn't over a broken ice cream machine, but, quote, over the amount he was being charged. Garcia says the manager in the video did suffer some burns.
I think it hit her in the face, and most of the burn was here on the arm.
Police say Ravello turned himself in, and when he was interviewed, he admitted he was not happy with the service. He was arrested and booked into jail. So he is facing a felony battery charge. He's in jail on a $5,000 bond. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
You know, when I throw my iced coffee at somebody, I never go to jail.
See, the thing is he threw a hot coffee at her and burned her.
Yeah.
Right.
Where does the broken ice cream machine come into it? That doesn't make any sense.
That was over at Wendy's. They get their stories backed up.
Sure.
Crossed up.
Oh, man.
All right, last but not least, it's just simply this. The naked ambulance driver.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jeff Taylor. You've almost got to see it to believe it, and we have that dash cam. What started as an EMS call for medical care last night ended up in police chasing a stolen ambulance. Before police say Benjamin Feltz took that ambulance, officers were already looking for him for allegedly being naked in public. News Channel 7's Madison Morandi has the details of the chase in our top story at 4.
For nearly 40 minutes on Tuesday evening, officers followed a stolen ambulance from to a farm field in The chase lasted over 18 miles and is something the police chief hasn't encountered before.
You hear that come over the radio, hey, that someone has stolen an ambulance, and your first thought is, how does that happen?
Multiple officers pursuing a stolen ambulance by a naked man with a patient in the back. Benjamin Feltz took the ambulance while 2 paramedics were inside it. About 18 miles later, police officers were able to use tire deflating devices to help stop the vehicle. Once the ambulance became stuck in a field,
driver the vehicle! Shut it off now! Come on with your hands up!
Officers approached the ambulance and arrested Feltz for an OWI.
Someone go check on the person in the back. I got it. You got it?
She was not injured from being in the back of the ambulance. Obviously, I'm sure she was frightened.
Law enforcement are recommending 7 charges against Feltz, including recklessly endangering safety and threats to law enforcement. Madison Morandi, News Channel 7.
I mean, it's just crazy.
OWI.
OWI.
Huh.
Operating while intoxicated.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
Owie sounds just as cool as a Dewey.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like Mark in Richfield is the man with the plan. Let's see if me and Ryder can figure any of these out.
All right, let's recap the stories. And by the way, for the record, I did look for St. Patty's Day stories. I just swung and missed.
That's all right.
Sucks. Anyway, would have been fun, though. All right, so we started with the feel-good story to get things, the oldest professional pool player on the planet. Mark, where did that take place?
Oh, wait. We got to guess.
You don't want to hear
Oh,
our
that's right.
guesses?
God, sorry. Yeah, no,
I'm
sorry.
care what we think about these things?
I'm sorry.
Man,
I
know
don't.
a guy.
I don't. No, I do.
Okay.
I do. No, I do. Steve, what do you got?
Got to be Florida because she's from New England stock, and those people don't move to Wisconsin or Texas. They all go to Florida.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right about that part, but I was thinking Wisconsin. I have a 101-year-old grandmother-in-law, and I know that the cold weather really does a lot to preserve you in your older age.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Mark, what do you got?
Steve, you're right. That's Florida.
There you go, baby. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just blowing you guys off. Look at me go. All right, number 2, we had the hot coffee felony, throwing hot coffee into the face of a drive-thru employee. Ryder.
Doesn't know how to deal with confrontation. I'm going with a Midwesterner on this. It must be Wisconsin.
It took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, if I know a passive-aggressive situation is unfolding, I'm going to assume that's Wisconsin. What do we got?
Well, Mark, give him the bad news.
That would be, once again, Florida.
Oh. Stop.
What do you need hot coffee in Florida for?
That's what I'm thinking. Come on.
You don't think they drink hot coffee in Florida? Come on now.
All right, fair enough.
All right, my favorite of the bunch, the naked ambulance theft, really. I mean, grand theft ambulance, if you will. Ryder, where you got that happening?
Yeah, dude's got an owie. I'm going to say that in Texas, you take care of your neighbors. In Wisconsin, you take care of your neighbors. Florida, maybe not so good with the social services. Dude's looking for health care. I'm saying Florida.
Okay.
That's a compelling argument. I just thought maybe Fletcher was trying to, sideswipe us with a 3 first. So I'm going Wisconsin again, even though I know the second one wasn't.
Okay, well, one of them's right, Rick.
What, Rick?
Oh, Nick.
Oh,
Mark. My God. Jesus, I'm all over the place.
The third and final answer, Wisconsin.
There you go.
Nice work.
Right on.
It's Rick in Markfield. That's what it is.
Well,
there you go.
Well, that's a wonderful job, Mark. You got John Mulaney tickets. Enjoy the show, brother. Thanks.
Good Lord.
Sit tight for a sec.
Thank you so much.
You got it, man. All right, we got to get back into the world of headlines. What's happening out there, Paul? I'll ask you that question in about 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Let's get to it, Paul Fletcher. I'm feeling Minnesota. How about some headlines?
All right. There's the saying, the world's a stage, and come 2031, the location for it will be Dakota County. Planning continues for Expo 2031, the first international horticultural exposition ever held in the United States. All in, the nearly $1 billion 6-month extravaganza is expected to bring millions of people from around the world to Minnesota, along with creating legacy projects that continue to serve the public years after Expo 2031 wraps up. They say it's basically Disney's Epcot without the rides.
Okay. Horticulture,
Wait.
you say?
Yeah.
The art or practice of garden cultivation and management.
Sure.
What does that have to do with Epcot?
Yeah.
Well, just
are there plants there that I forgot about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
Epcot.
I'm confused.
Isn't Epcot about like cultures? Like
I
not
guess.
horticultures, but
Epcot Center to me was just they had a beer garden. That's all I remember.
Oh.
I was in high school. I had a fake ID. I don't know.
And that's where you went.
I went when we were 5, and it was like the land of the future or something like that. So, it was all like doors that open up without you touching them and that sort of thing. Like Star Trek.
Yeah, very, very get smart.
Yeah.
Nanu.
Sure.
Yes.
Nanu.
Anyway, plants are cool, I guess. Sure. Enjoy it.
I guess if it brings a bunch of people and brings in money, I don't know. People are going to do it, right?
I like a very specific kind of plant that has just been legalized and hopefully will be featured.
Nice.
A man was rushed to the hospital after waking up with blue skin. Tommy Lynch woke up feeling tired, and a friend saw him and saw him completely blue, panicked, and took him to the ER. Doctors gave him oxygen. They checked him out thoroughly, and then they used an alcohol wipe on his skin. It immediately turned blue. It turns out that for the last couple of nights before waking up in a blue hue, Lynch had been sleeping on brand new blue bed sheets, and the color rubbed off on him. Lynch says he was mortified by the whole situation and exited the hospital, in his words, more red than blue. Lynch admitted that he didn't know that new sheets should be washed before.
If you wake up and you have a tint of blue all over your body and you get all the way to the hospital before you at least try to wipe some of it off, you're hungover.
Yeah.
You're really, really hungover.
And thus mortified.
Yeah.
100%. James Hetfield proposed to his girlfriend, Adriana Gillette, and he did it while shark diving. While underwater, he held up a sign that said, Adriana Gillette, will you marry me? Of course, she shared the proposal on her Instagram, because you have to do that. And she described it as the best birthday trip surprise, a unique, special, and romantic proposal. So way to go, James.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Glad to see the man's finally found love. I didn't know he didn't have love already. I didn't know anything about the guy's personal life.
He was actually married for 25 years.
Okay.
They split up. They're still amicable and amiable, however you want to word it, right? Amiable? Amicable?
Friendly?
Co-parenting. They're co-parenting. And that's
James
going well.
Hetfield, you're going to propose to, you're already the lead singer of the biggest metal band on the planet. You got to do something pretty insane.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to bring your A game.
Dropping to one knee at a restaurant really doesn't fulfill the requirements.
But what I was going to say is that couldn't you just do it on the sidewalk in shorts if you're James Hetfield and you're already the badass in Metallica?
Yeah, but come on, man. That's not. I've seen his legs. You don't want to know anything about that.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. When you think of St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, you think the Green River. A tradition started with 60 pounds of green dye back in 1962. That's where that started. Many of our modern day St. Patrick's Day traditions were started here in America by Irish immigrants, it turns out. For example, the first parade ever for St. Patrick's Day took place in St. Augustine, Florida in 1601.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I read that.
1601, there were already Irish people in St. Augustine, Florida?
Apparently.
There are people who wanted to celebrate St. Patty's
I guess
Day
so,
in St.
yeah.
Augustine.
That's true.
Yeah.
They just claimed to be, like
Fair
most
enough.
of us do these days, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, then this tradition's got legs. I don't think it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's actually it's a new tradition in our house because Spencer did one of those 23andMe bits. Found out she's 97% Irish. Had no clue there was any that she thought she had none of it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What did she think she was?
Well, you know what? Cherokee, Choctaw Indian was part of it. But like UK, just like Great Britain, the English, that whole thing.
And she found out in the 97% Irish.
Within the last 5 years.
Wow.
I'll just say, without going into detail, weird family.
Okay.
They can't hear me. So
I know
it's all
somebody who is from an Italian family. Everything's Italy.
Sure.
And then they found out that grandma had an affair with somebody and never told the actual daddy wasn't Italian, blah, blah, blah. Did the 23andMe, and it's all just French and English. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trust
so
me.
Italian name and Italian storyline, but no, not an ounce of Italian blood. Interesting.
It blew her mind. I know nothing about that stuff, but yeah, it blew her mind, and I was pretty surprised as well.
We had the opposite. We were raised to believe that we were just Irish as all get out, and then it turns out like 60-something%, which is not, at least it's over half, but I mean, like a shock to realize, like, wait, what now?
We're not 100% Irish? Is that what you're,
That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Hey, the Minnesota Wild are in Chicago tonight to play the Blackhawks, and then both teams will return to St. Paul for Thursday night. So back-to-back against the Blackhawks, a team that we have historically had our way with. 59 wins, 29 losses, and then a few ties along the way.
That's in the regular season. There's also Stanchion Gate and Patrick Kane. That's
well,
SOB.
of course. But this is the regular season. So, the records would indicate, history would suggest we're going to get a couple of wins here. Let's hope. The Timberwolves are playing the Phoenix Suns tonight. Anthony Edwards will be, as will we, watching, or in the case of me, not watching, because I just can't stand watching the Timberwolves right now. They drive me crazy.
Are you really going to not
Have
watch
I mentioned that this team's driving me nuts lately?
Yeah.
Welcome
Okay,
to
just
being a
making
Minnesota professional sports fan.
Yes. You're more Minnesotan now than you've ever been.
Men
Will you
especially.
truly not watch tonight, though?
I will not watch tonight.
All right.
I can't. I'm not going to do it to myself. They've lost 4 of their past 5. They might head. They're on their way to number 7 in the Western Conference standings, which would mean they have to enter the NBA's play-in tournament at the end of the regular season in order to make the playoffs. And then, in which case, if they do, then they're probably playing the Thunder in round 1, and we just know what that's going to mean.
You know what? I hope that's what they get at this point.
The World Baseball Classic, which is a awesome baseball tournament. I mean, you want to talk about like the energy of high school players, but it's the best players in the world. Really exciting. The championship game tonight, Venezuela versus the United States. Game starts at 8 p.m. Eastern in Miami. You can watch it on Fox. Here's the deal. New York Mets right-hander Nolan McLean is starting. Joe Ryan was sitting right there thinking he was going to get the call. He said, the quote from Joe Ryan, well, this is a shock. Definitely a weird one to process. I was fully prepared, ready to go. The car was ready. I was excited to get there. And then I was told I'm not going to go.
Oh, that's
I don't know what's happening, but man, Joe, just hoping to see him bring it home for the States. Anyway, U.S. Venezuela tonight, 8 o'clock, or I should say 7 o'clock for us. Andover, good to have you with us this morning.
The Huskies.
And over and over and over again.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. We are putting big bucks on the line for the men's basketball tournament. 92 KQRS and Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing bring you the $1 million bracket challenge.
Yeah.
Submit your bracket predictions before Thursday at 92kqrs.com. Pick a perfect bracket. That's $1 million.
Damn.
Plus, the top local bracket wins tickets to Guns N' Roses August 8th at the Mystic Amphitheater.
Oh, that's cool.
And $1,000 towards a new AC unit or furnace from Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, get on it, man. Go to 92kqrs.com and make the magic happen.
Yeah, buddy.
Today's last word. I mean, it is St. Patrick's Day, so let's give it to James Joyce, legendary Irish novelist, poet, literary critic. A man whose work is known for its technical complexity, let's say, as in it's really hard to read a lot of what he wrote. It takes a while, but my God, the guy covered a lot of ground. Here's James Joyce for the last word. Beware the horns of a bull, the heels of a horse, and the smile of an Englishman.
Oh,
That's right, James Joyce. Bingo.
Damn.
That's a goodie.
Yeah.
That's what Keith Jackson would have said. Bingo. That's a goodie. All right, tomorrow on the show, the Bracket Championship round at about 8:10. Ryder?
It's movies and mascots right now, and movies are running away with this thing like 78
Really?
to 22.
Okay.
I'm surprised that more people don't want to vote for a bracket that has the Punxsutawney Chucks in it.
Man, you would think.
Yeah,
but
so-
movies are better.
We still got time.
Movies or
Fletcher,
mascots, text it to 651-989 Rock to vote.
thank you.
Yeah.
Fletcher, what's coming up next on this station?
Commercial free just after 11:45, right around lunchtime. And this morning, we were talking about movies that are near perfect or perfect.
Yep.
A lot of people cite 2001, A Space Odyssey as one of those.
Yeah.
So how about a song that was inspired by that?
Fair enough. Sounds like a plan. Keep it Racha on Minnesota's 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.